Kurt Sorge is obviously a contender for Rampage.
Loves the big mountain riding. He goes huge. He's got really good style, and he's not afraid to throw it down.
And he's always been at least close to winning if he hasn't won. Obviously, look out for him.
So guys, we're going to get started with a quick presentation. I just want to go down and introduce the riders and team, please.
Kurt Sorge has been riding professionally since he was 16 years old. But his victory at Rampage has placed a few more obligations in his normally riding-filled schedule.
From Giants' perspective, I don't like to think we put any more pressure on Kurt, but Kurt is an athlete and he's at the elite level.
It's not just going out by yourself, digging jumps. You gotta put your work in here as well.
He's quickly finding out that these new responsibilities are limiting his time to train and progress.
A tiny bit of my head got cut off. Yeah.
As state by state, Kurt fulfills his newfound obligations. Up north in Canada, Darren Bearclough has different priorities.
Staying fit for me is a big part of being able to make it through the season. Because if I'm not fit, I'm going to go down. I'm going to have to stay there for a while.
Darren has been on the cutting edge of the sport for 10 years, and you can't consistently stay at that level without receiving your share of injuries.
Broke my leg twice, shattered my ankle, punctured a lung, broken ribs a couple times, 3 broken collarbones, AC separation in my shoulder, ruptured a disc in my back, broke my back twice.
It's all about survival. If you're in shape and your muscles are strong, you're going to be able to take the beats a lot better than the guy that's just hanging out on the couch, do nothing but riding.
I don't really want to spend my time indoors lifting weights. I'd rather go out and ride my bike and dig some new jumps. To train for Rampage, I try to get as much time on my downhill bike as possible. Got some big jumps out in the woods. We're going to go ride and kind of test out. I haven't really ever tricked my downhill bike that much. It's something I really need to do well at Rampage. Hopefully send a flip on this big jump, see how it goes. I've never really flipped this bike. Didn't know if I should pull harder or anything, but it seemed to work pretty good. The level of tricks nowadays is kind of getting to where you need a safe place to try them. Luckily, I got some cool parents, and we got a pool jump in the backyard.
While Rampage is the pinnacle event in Tyler McCall's season, it's not the only one.
Coming up over the next month, I'm going to go to Europe, do a couple slopestyle contests over there, and hopefully get an invite to X Games. It's kind of been one of my goals since I was a little kid, and mountain biking was never in the X Games. A little cold. Not too bad, though. Warmer than claws, I bet.
Pond jump in the wintertime, it's freaking freezing. That I've been working on all winter, 7s, and then front flips, obviously, I've been working on those forever. From water jump to real dirt jumps, it's a big step. Work towards it, because I don't have the balls like a 16-year-old that doesn't understand the consequences. Riding by yourself is definitely tough. When you're riding with buddies, you're actually feeding off each other. First trip of the season, probably going for 2.5 weeks. Good to get out riding with a bunch of people and do some good shredding. It'll be good for me.
Yeah, Darren, he showed up in his Brodozer truck, and we rode a little bit. Changed my wheels on this thing. I definitely like riding with him. I have a lot of respect for him and the things he's done over the years. I definitely learn a lot from him.
I was working on some switch tail whips. I was watching this guy over here do some switch double tail whips.
Working on opposite double tail whips, and they're a little awkward. Sometimes you're out with people and they don't really want to give you the tips to their tricks. Me and Darren aren't really that way, so we try to help each other figure things out.
As Tyler and Darren get some new tricks under their belt, Kurt is in Utah, still drowning in obligations. He's been invited to the Rampage site to help design some new features.
Okay, good.
He's the reigning champ and certainly one of the most progressive riders out there right now. I think he's got a really good eye.
And then if we build that big hip down there, there's another good feature. Hit that other icon option over this way, and if you were to hit that center and go straight this way.
while Kurt is realizing that if he wants to be ready for this year's Rampage, he's going to have to take things back into his own hands. Tyler and Darren head out to start their busy contest season in Europe.